So we structured a bus system which we copied from the city of Curitiba in Brazil, and we improved it a little bit. Today is perhaps the best bus system in the world. We called it Transmilenio.
Transmilenio really shows a lot of what Peñalosa wanted to do, because Transmilenio is the public transportation system and it changes the city around it. So it makes public space for pedestrians around it, which is the main goal of Peñalosa's city model. And it has become like our, how do you say that, emblem, we identify Bogota through Transmilenio right now.
Clearly, you have to take into consideration these marketing issues. It's not just a matter of engineering. Public transport is not just a matter of engineering. We needed to make our bus system sexy. So one very important consideration was the color, the facilities, the design, and the name.
Transmilenio means going from one millennium to the next millennium. And since that occurred when Peñalosa was city mayor, we went from one millennium to another. That was 6 years ago, etc. He wanted a big name, just to have people believe and think in the long term, in big things.
We needed people to talk about Transmilenio and not about the bus, because if we had people referring to it as taking the bus, we would not get upper income people into the system. So happily, no one in Bogota ever mentions about going to take the bus. Now they go to take the Transmilenio.
The system's infrastructure includes exclusive dual bus lanes in each direction to create main trunk lines connected to intricate feeder routes. Technological advances keep Transmilenio efficient.
Tenemos dos tipos de operación sobre unos corredores exclusivos, troncales, buses articulados que tienen capacidad para 160 pasajeros, y desde la periferia de la ciudad, que son esos sitios donde vemos las líneas azules, es los buses verdes, que son de menor capacidad, tienen 90 pasajeros de capacidad, alimentando el sistema troncal. Por eso nosotros denominamos a Transmilenio un sistema tronco alimentado. En aquellos sitios donde no hay suficiente gente ni pueden entrar los buses articulados, entramos con buses de menor capacidad para poder operar y traer la gente de los barrios hasta el sistema troncal.
It's saving people maybe 200 hours a year in transport times. People are able to also go farther. About 300,000 people are saving more than 10% of their income, because before they had to pay 2 buses, while in this system they can change from one bus to the other with the same payment.
Transmilenio tiene un sistema de comunicación satelital. Eso, desde el punto de vista de la operación, significa que nosotros podemos localizar satelitalmente cada uno de nuestros vehículos en tiempo real. ¿Qué significa esto? Que el sistema siempre va copando su capacidad. Tenemos unas horas pico que se presentan en la mañana y en la tarde, y en la hora valle uno ve también el sistema lleno, porque lo que hacemos es que paramos un porcentaje importante de la flota para que los buses no circulen desocupados. Eso nos permite, digamos, tener control sobre el desarrollo de la infraestructura y su mantenimiento, y tener control sobre las emisiones que no son necesarias botar al aire y que tampoco son necesarias, digamos, en términos de que los buses vayan desocupados.
Each detail in a city should reflect that human beings are sacred. Every detail. I think that the most important element in a city are quality sidewalks. Large sidewalks with ramps where at least a couple of wheelchairs can go one next to the other. And we didn't have this. I mean, the main avenues in Bogota for 60 years, the biggest roads have been built without any sidewalks, and supposedly the people who would make buildings alongside them should have built these sidewalks, but they didn't, of course, and we just had more and more just a big parking lot more than a city.
In Peñalosa, from one day to another, he stopped that thing and he started to to take these privileges of people, these abuses of people away, and they reacted.
Muy rico, la ciudad está bonita y eso, pero no han pensado en parqueaderos. Las pocas calles que quedan, que son las calles como de zonas de parqueaderos, ya nos pusieron prohibido parquear.
Several times he said, I don't need to explain the law. I don't need to negotiate the law. The law is there. This is a public space, and I will simply recover the public space, period, right now. And probably Peñalosa made a mistake there. He could have explained better, to be honest. And there was a very strong movement, political movement, financed by the owners of the shops in Bogota to get rid of Peñalosa.
That was a very difficult war. I used to have black hair before that. It was extremely difficult to get something so obvious. I mean, I was almost impeached, and when I tell somebody abroad why I was almost impeached, it sounds almost comical today, but it was not funny at the time. It's simply because I was getting cars off the sidewalks.
Se crearon proyectos, programas de caminatas, de ciclorrutas. No afecta. La ciclorruta a mí no me sirve como comerciante, porque es que el que está montando bicicleta no va a venir a comprarme una camisa o un vestido.
Of course, he's pro-business as the most extreme capitalists, but business people that respect the rules, business people that understand that public interest comes before their private interest, and people that are willing to do sacrifices and to contribute to the quality of life of the city.
So it takes huge amounts of money to make the flyovers, the elevated highways, everything. So if you allow these priorities to become the city priorities, you have no money left over to do parks or nurseries or libraries or schools.
When Peñalosa started to take these tough decisions, he said, I have limited amount of money. I cannot spend that money to benefit the 15% of the population of Bogota that have a car. I have 1 million persons in Bogota live in misery, not poverty, misery, extreme poverty. That's less than $1 a day to survive and to pay for everything. So I need to invest in giving water and sewage to these poor neighborhoods, and health and education, and I will not invest more in highways for people who have cars. I mean, it's even immoral.